let's talk about all the stuff you might want to do in the future.
Affirmative.
Alright, that's certainly interesting. It's cool to finally have a big robot. I want Kamaravi back. Mostly because I have 3 new classes now. And Senna's maxed out on Soul Hacker, so that's convenient. Machine Assassin... I don't really like the outfit, but that's fine.
You line him up, I'll knock him down. Yeah, you can't always give 100%.
And Colony Zero's future requires Sagiri, so that's going to be a side quest specific to her. Julietta's attitude. I guess Romero and Julietta probably haven't been able to get married yet. Yeah, if they had, Romero would have given us a whole speech about it. I can see it now. There a reason you brought those two up? I heard Julietta's been seen all over the city lately, that's all. I think she might be trying to get their wedding approved somehow. Ah, so she's the one jumping through hoops this time. Romero was so fired up about it too. Is it really so hard to get married? It seems like the problem concerns more than just the two of them, so it must be. If you're worried about them, we could always ask around and see how they're doing. I'd feel a bit bad if Romero did himself a mischief while we weren't watching. There's probably something we can do to help anyway, Mimi. You're right. Let's see if anyone knows what's going on with Romero and Julietta, then. And Colony Zero's future.
Right?
The principal function of Colony Zero is to maintain the state of war between Kevas and Agnes. As a result, our activities cover all Ionios, and we seldom stop in one place. Wait, you don't have any designated point for rest and refueling? Correct. All required preparations are performed ad hoc. Oof, I don't like the sound of that. That'll wreck your health. There's no need to follow orders now. How about looking for a place for you to settle down? I'm with Mimi on this. How about it, Sagiri? I have also considered improvement of residential environment as a matter of high priority. Procurement of a safe location is desirable for the sake of all present. But we'll have to convince another colony to take them in. That won't be an easy task. Any discussion would be likely to reveal Colony Zero's origin. They'd have to be careful not to let any of this slip to anyone besides us. That would be hard to keep up even in the city. And the castles would be a bust too. Well, it is what it is, I guess. Did you say the castles? Lance, that's it. What's it? The prison camp at Agnes Castle. It's a better place to live than some colony they'd have trouble fitting in with, right? Oh, right. Wait, are you being serious? Yeah, come on, Noah. We can't settle poor Sagiri and her friends there. Do you think it's a bad idea? Permission to disagree. This is a reasonable proposition. It satisfies conditions for survival and provides sturdy defenses against hostile parties. Existence of a more suitable location for Colony Zero is unlikely. Oh, really? Well, if you think it would be good then. Sorry to rain on your military parade, but prison camp is under the control of the castle right now. I think it's already been abandoned, but before we do anything hasty, we should discuss our options thoroughly. Right, Tyon. First things first, let's see if we can get permission from Agnes Castle. And let's not drag our feet. Yeah, we don't want to keep them sleeping rough, do we? In search of a home. This game is strange sometimes, certainly. Yeah, those are the only 2 Mobius team members we've actually gotten, is the weird thing. I guess it's not weird, now that I think about it. Oh, geez. This is just the kind of time I'd like those guys to be here, but alas. Toma, Zira, and Jodor are locked up deep inside the prison after all. They won't be seeing daylight anytime soon. Good! There are more quests. Chat, we are never going to finish this game. Have you heard about those crazy strong guys, the ones that were locked up in the prison for yonks? Yeah, I did. The guys over in internal security will be run ragged if they ever manage to get out. So much for progressing the story. Agnians are being untrustworthy as usual. I haven't got a clue what's going on inside their heads. Shh, do you really think it's wise to be speaking like that in their territory? Seeker's rumors. Oh, there's more. It figures. Still don't know why this place is called Death's Door. Where's the other info spot? I wonder. It's not there. There it is. God, you are so big, Sagiri. Hey, did you hear? An Agnian arranged us a boat to the city. I heard. Some guy called Seeker, right? Why did he go and do something for us that wouldn't benefit him in any way? Oh, we have to talk to Gondor. Okay. Hello there. Gondor, we need to talk to you. It'll have to wait. Got problems coming out of my ears right now. What's troubling you? It's less troubling me than tearing me a new one. Some absolute jokers have popped up out of nowhere and set up shop in the prison. They're occupying it. Well, that's some crap timing. We actually wanted to talk to you about the prison in the first place. Live in the prison? Damn, you lot are not right. But whatever, solve this for me and you can live in it. Dress it up, even eat it for all I care. That would be really great. Is it okay, though? Like, Gondor, is this really your call to make? Does it matter? I'll ask forgiveness later if it makes you feel better. If you can take this little problem off our hands, they'll probably crown you, to be honest. Whoa, really? Must be some problem. Yeah, you'll understand it when you see it. So do we have a deal? Sure.
Hey, the colony relations changed.
The central cell. There's that one Napon that was locked behind a cell door, wasn't there? Also, I want to actually get the quests before I continue, because I know one of them's probably going to be in the prison, right?
I've already got food on the brain.
I'm never going to finish this game at this rate. They're both quests. Dang it.
We should talk about this.
That rumor we heard about Seeker, the guy who spoke to Gondor. Yes, it seems the people of the city don't trust him. They don't understand his motives. In a way, it's understandable. The situation is what it is, and there's no easy fix for it. When we talked to him, he struck me as, like, industrious, I guess? Diligent in it. He did a fair bit to help when they were sending lost numbers back to the city and all that. Well, whichever way he was or seemed, if he's got a bone to pick with the city, we gotta nip it in the bud. A fair point. How about we make some inquiries into Seeker, then? If we ask around with the Agnians, we're bound to learn something. Aight, sorted. Let's do it, then. Seeker's true intent. And then the castle prisoners, those big guys, right? So we've heard there are some people locked up, but nothing about the whys or hows. Being put into prison for violations of military discipline is not unheard of, I suppose. People were saying they're pretty tough as well. Supposedly it's all under security's purview, but I don't know much more. Is there any point in locking them up under the current circumstances? Won't know unless we ask security. Would be nice to get some extra hands to help around the castle and city. The Three Fiends. Alright.
Alright, let's get going. Time's away.
Oh, good. I actually have to talk to people in here, dang it. These quests. To be fair, we've never had quests in here before. Hey, could we talk to you for a minute? Sure thing. What's up? We heard you've got Agnian soldiers locked up here, so I would like to point out Sagiri in the left side there. Oh, Sparks. Really? Even you've heard? God, give me a break. Wow, sounds like that struck a nerve. Oh, you're joking now, but just wait till you've heard the story. I'm at the end of my tether, I tell ya. I mean, look, I agree with Seeker's thinking, and I want to work together with the city. I really do. But the people they lock up for violating regulations have done some pretty heinous stuff in the past. Take this Toma guy, old pals with a chick called Zira, then add in this hothead Jodor to the mix. Now the three of them have some kind of understanding. Cahoots o'clock, I'm telling you, thick as thieves. What are you suggesting? You think that when they're let out, they'll get up to some hijinks? Hijinks, huh? Well, if it was just hijinks, I think we can consider ourselves lucky. To be honest with you, I'm kind of shocked they haven't been sent for the chop already. If we don't ever let them out, then maybe it'd have been better to just do that and be done with it. Getting the chop? You mean execution? What you're saying is, you think what they did is enough to deserve that? And what does Seeker have to say? I'm leaving their treatment to your discretion. Discretion? My arse. Like, tell me what to do, you utter shitbird. Oh, she's mad. Whew, sorry, I had to get it off my chest. So anyway, you want to see him? If they're really so irredeemable, aren't they gonna take a pop at us? I mean, they're still in a cell, right? Not exactly made of sticks. Okay, come along, I'll introduce you. Oh, look at that guy. They're these cells. What's this? Tie toe tighter. I smell the smell of a strong fighter. So that's the big baddie you were talking about. That's right, he's the main offender. You come to break us out or cut our throats. I'll tell you though, it pays to be on our good side. I'm still making my mind up actually. Don't go forcing my hand, alright? And you're the lot that liberated the castle, aren't you? Come on, let's have a square go, you and us. Beg your pardon? If we win, you cut us loose. And before you go misinterpreting that, I don't mean we'll go on a killing spree. Zero's my best and oldest friend, you see. And Jodor, well, I met him here, on the inside, but I like the cut of his jib. So I think we'd like to taste the air outside. One day again, all three of us together. Well, if we win, that is. And what if we win? Your choice, I suppose. Keep us jailed till we die, make us follow you around. Whatever you decide, we'll go along with. That doesn't make it any easier. Wait, aren't they hardened criminals? I don't feel qualified to pass judgment on them just like that. It's fine. You're more qualified than me, that's for sparkin' certain. There we go, sounds like a deal to me. Come on, let's get to the fisticuffs already. What should we do? Alright there, Ferris, you pipe down and play nice until these good people figure out what to do. Sounds good to me, just don't keep me waiting too long.
Always nice to have more friends.
I don't know, he almost seems trustworthy. Almost.
I hope everyone's getting
What's
along.
this? Oh, that's just to talk to her. Okay, Jodor, what did you do to get yourself in here? Well, a whole bunch of things, let's say. I used to work in the inspection branch. One day, I erased a certain piece of intel, but I don't think I did anything wrong. Now, I haven't had a bad time here thanks to Toma and Zira, but you know what? I now feel like battering you a lot and moseying on out of here, if you'd be so inclined. Three Fiends Jodor. One of four?
Always nice to have more
What?
friends.
I heard Toma talking earlier. I assume it was with you guys, right? Yeah, but staying on topic, what got you branded as a fiend and locked up in here? Well, my great crime was blowing up a container the salvage corps was going to salvage. Horrible thing to do, right? Wasting away supplies they worked so hard to get. That's a new one to me. Why go and blow up valuable supplies? I mean, who cares about that, really? You guys have come here to fight us three hat fiends, right? I'm ready to fight whenever you are, but don't keep me waiting too long. There's multiple quests and they all have 4 infos. Why?
Always nice to have more friends.
So, what kind of crime did you commit to be locked up here exactly? What's it to you? Will I get to fight you lot if I talk? That all depends on what you tell us. Well, I guess it's worth a punt. I got locked up for the crime of mass murder. A clear violation of military discipline. Simple enough reason, right? Thinking back on it now, I guess that just wasn't a soldier the console could control. But that's beside the point. You gonna fight me or not? Out with it. Mass murder? He's got less infos than the other ones.
Okay,
I don't know if I
buddy.
feel confident letting him out. That sounds like a bad idea. The other two, maybe it's forgivable. Like, what was it? Espionage and destruction of personal property, I guess. What was the other one? Intern Affairs Officer. What do you want? So I heard Jodor might be getting out soon. The very man who brought disorder to his colony by destroying enemy intel. I know I wouldn't be letting him out anytime soon. There's so many people to talk to here, huh? I have to do these while I'm here. I might as well do them, right? While I'm here. So, like, whatever. You want to know about Seeker? Sure, I don't mind. Only there's nothing really to tell. I guess he's serious about his work. There's that, I suppose. It always seemed like the higher-ups liked him well enough, too. He got a load of awards, if I'm remembering right. Okay, I have so many people to talk to. What do I need to talk to you about still? Oh, there's somebody I can talk to. Where the heck are the other guys I needed to speak to, then? Toma was jailed for violating military discipline during a battle with Kevas. Everything I ever heard about him suggested he was a superb Levnus pilot, albeit one who had a bit of an issue following orders. Suna's worrying about whether she should free the guy or not. Personally, I'm against it. They probably told him to stop and then he didn't. Type situation. Zira? Yeah, I know her. She was a hot topic for a little while here. She was in the squad that mainly salvages supplies and was a snuff-incapable soldier herself. And when supply containers are being targeted by enemy scavenging teams, soldiers like her are invaluable. The Salvage Corps and Supply Team may be known as logistical teams, but that doesn't mean they lack capable fighters. They're the ones who take the necessary decisive actions, such as blowing up a container if the enemy's about to steal it. Even I always have to stay on my toes. You never know when something might happen. I mean, that kind of makes sense. Denying enemies of supplies is one of the big things of war. If you cut off their supplies, you basically cut off any ability they would have to survive against you. Right? Inspection analyst. Toma is a man who cared deeply for his allies. In that battle with Kevas, his squad was on the verge of being completely massacred. But the Nutty Mutter broke position to take rear guard and charge right at them, letting his squad retreat in the process. So I got all of Toma's stuff done. Still need to get info on the other three. I heard that Jodor is the reason we lost the chance to take out a base in the war with Kevas. I don't know why he did it. I tried asking him, and he flat out refused to give a reason why. You still have to talk to me? What? Huh, asking about Seeker, yeah? I know him well. We were on the same team. For the longest time, he was a real straight shooter. Total over-serious nerd. Nothing like he is now. Since the clock got smashed, he's a lot more proactive and full-on. Personally, I like him way better now.
I hope everyone's...
Grover. Jodor, you say? Well, he used to be an intel. He was my subordinate. One day, the guy destroyed some intel showing that Kevas was making camp somewhere. If our forces had seen that intel, they could have ambushed that camp and won a crucial victory. But without that intel, we had no chance. There were a few casualties, but I'm still at a loss as to how he didn't share the intel. Okay, that's 2 done, and I have to talk to him about somebody else. Seeker, I hear he's been friends with the commander over at Lambda, and for a long time, too. Although, to be fair, he did used to be in Eternal Affairs, so I guess it's no wonder he's got friends in high places. Logistics guy. What a name. I heard the girl that blew up that supply container might be getting released from prison. I'm hesitant, to be honest. I know it said she had Agnes's best interests in mind when she did it, but I find that hard to believe. There's still one missing for Zira. Where the heck is that one? We'd like to ask you about Zira's story. Sure? I mean, Zira's already locked up now, so I'm not sure what the difference it'll make. But, why not, I guess? You guys must have your reasons for asking, I suppose. Zira used to be part of the Salvage Corps. She achieved much as a soldier and was well regarded for her nous in battle. But one day, there was an incident on a mission to procure an airdrop supply container. I'm sure you probably know already, but for some reason she decided to blow up that container. Everyone was furious about the waste of supplies. It wasn't like there were Kavesi trying to steal them or anything. The consul at the time therefore claimed she was plotting an insurrection and imprisoned her. Okay.
I see.
And the last thing about Seeker is here. I remember Seeker saying he wanted to do something about the lost numbers feeling ill towards us. He was like, I don't know how it'll go, but we gotta find a way to work together and move past it.
Sounds like
Okay. That's that done. These are the only 4 we've got. Okay. Toma's
Let's catch up on
situation.
stuff.
If we're to believe what Toma has told us, then it would seem he got locked up for the crime of mass murder. But we also heard that he took rearguard in order to let his comrades retreat. And while he was fighting to save his comrades, he killed a large number of Kavesi soldiers. It's not like he did his case any favors, but he was just fighting his enemy, right? That's what we're all taught to do. Certainly, that would just be the normal thing to do when you're in the Flame Clock's clutches. Excuse my speculation, but he didn't extract the flame from the defeated enemies, did he? If he was blinded by rage like he said, then I think he was more preoccupied with crushing those Kavesi than anything else. You do raise a good point. You can't exactly extract someone's flame while in aliveness. Looking at it from the consul's point of view, that wasting of good flame would have been cause enough to lock him up. This'll sound grim, but hear me out. I think the consul could have solved this more easily if he just snuffed him on the spot. Good point, but you have to consider that Toma's deeds would have won him a favor with the troops, despite irking the consul. Executing him for valiantly saving the lives of his fellow soldiers would have backfired massively. He was a right pain in the consul's arse, that's for certain. It would go some way to explaining why it would have been far easier for the consul to lock him up under false pretenses. So then, perhaps it'll be possible to not only convince him not to fight us, but also to free him from prison. I don't mind fighting him either way, but we'd be saved a whole lot of fuss if you could talk him out of it somehow. There's only one way to find out. Let's head to Toma's cell and see what we can do. So what we're doing here is saving them, then. So, the story goes that Jodor destroyed Kevis Intel and therefore caused damage to Agnes's position. The mystery here is why did he destroy the intel that had crucial info on an enemy camp's whereabouts? What he did went far beyond a violation of military discipline. He could have easily been sentenced to death for it. Tell me about it. Soldiers are always getting killed by enemies that don't see it coming. That kind of intel is worth its weight in gold. Which brings up an important question. Why is Jodor still alive? I think we might need to ask the guy himself about what the true nature of that intel was. That'd be quicker, for sure. Yeah, let's go and ask him.
Let's catch up on stuff.
So from everything we've heard about Zira, you'd almost think she grew up feral or something. It's hard to consider blowing up supplies as anything but military discipline violation. That much is certain. True, but something really doesn't add up here. Yeah, like if I were planning an insurrection, I sure wouldn't start it by blowing up some random supplies. You're right, Uni. What'd be the point in that? I guess the key here is to find out what her reason was for blowing up that container. I just thought of something. Like, isn't it a little odd the consul didn't sentence her to death right away? Good point. Usually in this situation, the offender would get executed to send a warning to the rest of the colony. Perhaps the consul saw some sort of value in keeping Zira alive. If we can present a concrete theory as to why she got locked up and not executed, that could help our case a lot. And what do we do when we find out after she's freed that she's just an utter maniac? Fight her, I guess. Figured that. Guess we should go see her then. Fight her, I guess. Yeah. Why wouldn't that be the answer? From what we've been hearing, it seems he understands the problems affecting Agnes Castle as a whole. He's also said to be a diligent worker, and nobody seemed to wish him ill. Alright, sure, but he was in the prison camp for a reason, right? Things can't be that simple. I did initially suspect that there might have been some hidden motive behind Seeker's actions, but it no longer seems likely. Right, I think it's beyond doubt that he's thinking about moving things in a more positive direction. And also, since he's working hard to reform this place, don't you think we could stand to lend him a hand? Well, seems he'd be worth having a chat with at least, even if nothing comes of it. Yeah, if he's trying to make amends to the lost numbers, then it's definitely worth a try. Let's all go and talk to Seeker then. Hello, Toma. So, you're feeling up for a fight, are you? Before that, there's something we want to make sure of. Is it true that you murdered multiple Kavesi soldiers? Did you miss it the first time round? Of course I did. You used aliveness during the incident, didn't you? Well now, someone's done their research. But yeah, I killed a snuff ton of the enemy in aliveness. And you stayed behind last to fight them off so you could save your fleeing comrades, if I'm not mistaken. Where the spark did you... Anyway, yeah, that's also right. Now, about that enemy. I don't know what colony they came from, but they sure didn't know snuff about fighting honorably. Seeing those dishonorable mutters slaughtering my friends made me go right off the deep end. I had to get any of my guys still breathing out of there. but I couldn't just let them get away with it. I was too drained to wield my blade, so I got into Alevnus and made him regret even being alive. That's all there is to it. Right, now we understand what happened. Not like me telling you all this is going to make a lick of difference, though, is it? Tell Suna about Toma's story. Yeah? We're heading off to tell Suna from internal security about your story. We won't be long. There you are. Where have you guys been? Finally decided to do battle with those wretches? Before it gets to that, we'd like to find out if you know anything more about what Toma did. You mean the mass murder? Well, as far as I remember, he indiscriminately killed a load of Kivesi without extracting their life. That led to the consul at the time to arrest him and lock him up in here. I'm afraid to tell you that your crafty consul bent the truth about what really happened. Huh? What do you mean? Let us explain. What the? So he was fighting to save his comrades. But that wasn't in the report. It's like we said, the consul bent the truth to make it seem like he was fighting for fighting's sake, not for his comrades' lives. Well, now that I think about it, there were some guys in my term who managed to survive that battle. Although Toma could have definitely tried to extract some flame from the enemy. It's not a stretch to say that he had his reasons to do what he did. That settles it then. I've got no reason to doubt you guys. You're the ones who freed us from the clock, after all. I've also got no reason to doubt that the Toma I knew would have done everything for his comrades and for Agnes. Oh, well, thank you. Ah, been a while since I've had a proper fresh air. Tastes better than I remember. I can bet. You should be thankful to Noah and the others for that. You bet I'm thankful to them. Not to mention you too, of course. Just don't you get yourself in any more trouble, okay? I'm busy enough as it is. I wouldn't do anything when it's this nice outside. Don't you worry yourself one bit. I'm still one capable soldier, believe me. Doesn't sound like you've learned anything to me. True. See, I'm doing this to not have them die, basically. You finally ready now? Kept me waiting long enough. Before we fight, there's something I want to confirm with you. Specifically, the reason you blew up that container. What's it to you? It's not like I can make those supplies magically come back. True, but to just blow up a container for no reason, you'd have to be out of your mind, which you don't seem to be. Funny you mention that, because I was out of my mind when I blew up that container. Or perhaps you noticed that that container had been booby-trapped. You don't have to be out of your mind to sacrifice supplies in the name of protecting your comrades. Although I wouldn't call it a flawless plan, I can't see why you would be egregious enough to violate military discipline. If one knew that the container did have something lethal in it, then blowing it up would be perfectly justifiable. Lethal? What do you mean lethal? It could have been something explosive or poisonous. You didn't know what was inside, but you had a feeling, didn't you? It's odd to think airdrop supplies could have something like that in them, unless the consul had something to do with them. Indeed, it's not impossible to see what the consul could have thought up something fiendish like that. And since blowing up seemingly good supplies is a big no-no, that gave the consul a perfect pretext to lock you up. Hahaha, cool theory, but the last time I checked, theories don't count as hard evidence. Indeed, all we've got is reasoning that paints you in a favorable light. The simplest, most straightforward reason would be that you were out of your mind at the time. I'll give you this, though. I had fun listening to your theory. Your reasoning skills aren't too bad either. So, here's what really happened. It's true that I blew up the container. You serious? And like you said, Four Eyes, that container was indeed booby-trapped. You knew something was up well before the incident, didn't you? Yeah, right after Toma had been locked up. We're long-term friends, and I was livid about his arrest. I just couldn't let it slide. As I was looking into it, I began to pick up that the consul was hiding something in a container. So when he went along with the salvage corps to procure it, I blew it up, hoping to use it against the Mutter himself. Yikes, okay, I take it all back. Maybe she is loopy. The consul must have caught on that I was sniffing around, and that's why he rigged the container. Would have been happy dying alongside him to protect my mates, but it didn't go to plan, so I ended up here in the slammer instead. It was there I had a hunch that my, or rather our enemy wasn't Kevas, though I guess I don't need to call it a hunch anymore. I've long wondered what people like you guys were like, guys who fought with consuls. Oh no, this is a I want to know what real strength looks like type of scenario, isn't it? For the love of Sparks. Yeah, I'm gonna tell her. We'll go explain your story to Suna from security. Just hold on for a bit. Quest, this really is just finding out how consoles are indeed, just like fighting the rich in court. I don't know. Care, you have any... Can you confirm? If you're gonna fight anyone, be quick about it. I'd rather not have my life in danger any longer than necessary. We just got done talking to Zira for her side of the story. We think we might just have a case for freeing her from prison. Wait, seriously? We can let her go? Considering she faced up to a great enemy all by herself, we think you'll see why she deserves to be free. Great, as in size. You're saying she can go toe-to-toe with Alevnis or something? We don't mean that kind of great. But, like, she loves blowing stuff up, right? What if she decides to blow up the castle? It doesn't bear thinking about. Look, she had her reasons why she did what she did. Let us explain. It's a whole lot of talking, too. That's a whole lot to take in, I won't lie. But I mean, Seeker trusts you guys. And in either case, Seeker was the one who left it up to my discretion. And according to my discretion, if you guys think she isn't guilty, then she sure ain't guilty to me. Thank you so much. Fighting console seems considerably easier. Probably, yeah, because you can just kill them. Man, it's crazy to think that I'm actually out of prison now. Now, seeing as I was kind enough to free you, promise me you won't go around blowing stuff up, you got that? Of course, don't worry about it. I don't just blow stuff up for no reason, you know. Oh, really now? But seriously, don't go doing anything too outrageous, okay? I know. I owe you guys big time after all. You can just punch the consoles. It's true. You can do that. Mio did that and flung two of them across a room once. Oh, up for a fight then. Not quite. We have some things we'd like to ask first. You managed to get your hands on Kevis intel, and yet you didn't share it with Agnes. Why? Getting straight to the point again, I see. Surely squashing intel about Kevis wouldn't have been in your best interest. Alright, sit back, relax, and let Jodor tell you a story. Not like I've got much else better to do anyway. After I'd investigated the Kevis intel that fell into my hands, I discovered that it was fake intel created by our console. What? Seems like they weren't too happy about us getting more and more powerful, and were trying to crush us. I don't know what was going through their head. It don't even begin to make sense. Maybe they just thought that screwing us was an easy way to fill the Kavesi's flame clock. We're the ones who made the console so powerful, and that's how they decide to treat us? Boils my blood, it does. That's why I destroyed that intel, so my friends could withdraw from that pointless battle and limit the casualties. Did you talk about this to anyone? Absolutely no way I'd have talked to my friends about it. Otherwise, the console would have done him in. Thankfully, that mutter can't hurt us anymore. Talking about it now has lifted a weight off my shoulders, it has. And I've got zero regrets as well. Got to meet Toma and Xenera here, after all, and they're my class. At least now you don't have to bear the burden on your own anymore. She's right. You're not living under that console's eye anymore, so cheer up, mate. If I ever do get out of here, I guess it might be worth talking about what's on my mind a bit more often. Yeah, I'll tell her. We'll go explain your story to Suna from security. We won't be long. Send them into a wall with a single punch, yeah. What's up? Do you need something? You've heard Jodor's full story. Full story? What's this about? Why is he here? Don't mind Grover. He's here on other business. He fades into the background pretty easily. Hey, I just have a soothing presence. Anyway, here's what happened. This is really hard to credit. He was going up against the console. What does this all mean? That he didn't do anything wrong after all? What he did was undoubtedly a violation of military discipline. So then, if what they're telling us is true, then Jodor knowingly went against military discipline in order to save Agnian lives. And then went into jail without ever telling us why he really did what he did. Well then, we've got no reason to keep him locked up in here, right? He's a capable guy, I'll give you that. Or should I say him being too capable was what got him into this mess. I'm just as averse to trouble as the next person, but what do you think? Okay, I think we can let Jodor go. I'll take responsibility for anything that happens. Well, that'll certainly make my life easier, I know that much. But if he tries anything funny, I'll throw him back into prison, then throw away the key. I'm sure it won't have to come to that. Nah, probably won't. They don't seem like bad people, honestly. Whoa, didn't think you'd be here too. Oh, don't get your knickers in a twist. I won't do nothing bad, I promise. Especially not after you guys got me out of the slammer. All we did was listen to your story. Nothing special about that. We got a lot of SP from that, I would like to note. It's 9 points of SP for
I hope
doing stuff
everyone's
that
getting
definitely
along.
wasn't required. Say, you really think it's the right choice letting them walk? I don't foresee any particular problems. They'll be working for the good of the castle now, right? I really wanted to fight you guys, but if it means I get to leave this place, then I guess I'll settle. Same here. Anything's better than rotting in jail. Right, can't say I'm really digging the jail vibe too much. Say, are you really sure? I don't want this coming back on me, okay? If they start going nuts, we'll handle it. Relax. Seeker did leave it to your discretion. If anything, the responsibility is his. Hey, that's a good point. They were in my custody, but Seeker's the one in charge. Well, in that case, why don't we make them his bodyguards or something? That's not a bad plan at all. They would perform well as a personal security detail for someone of his position. Right, you've heard him. Get out of here, and don't darken my doorstep again. Ah, that's a weight off my chest. And straight onto Seeker, isn't it? Alright, friends, time to get to work. Three fiends complete. We got a champion ring for that. Hello, Seeker. Why is Augie here? Huh? What are you lot up to? We wanted to talk to Seeker. Ah, perfect timing then. Why, Seeker, get these Dags and Augie to help you, would you? Huh? What's this about now? Well, I've been thinking I'd like to transport some of the provisions from Agnes Castle over to the city. Provisions? Now there's a golden idea. Okay, but why? What's in it for Agnes? I'm not sure there'd be a really clear payoff for us, however. But here's the thing. When the Fate Queen was revealed, I saw consuls from Kevis standing there, and it made me sick. All the things I thought were right, in that moment, that instant, I saw just how mistaken I'd been. And mistakes need to be corrected, even if it takes my entire remaining life. That's why I wanted to give the city its due. I hope it'll make you stronger, and I hope I can spend my strength repaying you. Whoa, dude, you're gonna make me bawl, eh, Augie? Yes, that's most gracious. First, we repatriated everyone who'd go back to the city. So then, I figured, why not send some provisions next? Are we really that strapped for grub, though? Lady, what are you saying? We always need great quantities of food to get by. And whose fault is that, do you reckon, you bottomless pit of a man? In any case, you could stand to have a bit more food, surely. As luck would have it, we have plenty here. If we could get them processed to be more shelf-stable, they'd make for good portable meals, too. Sounds like it'd be quick going if we pitched in as well. Yes, if you could. We'd also appreciate if you could collect whatever's missing and leave it with Darnie. And then we city people can take it from there. Yes, that would be fantastic, thanks. That is the long and short of it. We'd be thankful for your assistance. You will have it, rest easy. Okay. So then what do I need to do for that one? Let me just equip this so I know. Hand over the specified things to Darnie. Well, I know where she is at least. And it's in the Cadencia region. I hate how it always locks onto that spot. Alright, well Darnie's right over here. This is probably another collection quest, right? So if we don't have everything for it, I just won't do it right now. Hello there. Seeker's gotten in touch. You hear about the provisions? We don't have quite enough for the transport to the city, so we need a bit of help getting them together.
What are we giving them?
House eggs, wingtips, Quarmu meat. We have everything but Garafa tenderloins. What do we have the most of? None of this is purple. We have the most Piranhax eggs. That was worth 2%. Okay. Can I even complete this right now? I don't know if I have enough materials for this. I can give her both of these. Oh, we have plenty. I just have to give more, is all. Wow. There we go, 100%. That was a lot of items. We've got all the provisions we requested. Thanks, Bunches. Would you be so kind and give Seeker the good news? Oh my god. Why must I talk to everybody? I'm pleased you've decided to help. I didn't... This is always annoying when there's 3 people all together like that. So much conversation. Yeah, there's a lot of talking in these quests. We finished collecting the food and handed it all over. Thanks so much. I'm glad I turned to you for help. Well done, Noah and friends. Always so quick to aid, it's marvelous. Even in a difficult situation like this one, we can only try to move forward. And I believe that when we work together, we can achieve almost anything. I think so too, and we're always ready to do our part. Wow, Seeker, sounds like something a real leader would say, innit? You want to look elsewhere next time you say something pointed like that. You can't just tell people to use their iPhones. What if they have an Android phone? But yeah, that was a good line. I'll even go out on a limb and believe it. Bad joke, Kensei. Thank you. I'll do all I can to live up to the trust you placed in me.
I hope everyone's getting along.
2 quests left, apparently.